Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I'm gonna make a new video update on Blade Blast Elementalist. The build is super fun. It's strong enough that even my Pepe hands I can kill crazy content like ghosted bosses and stuff. Super nice build. Let's show how it plays. So our main skill is Blade Blast, but we can clear. I forgot to turn on the filter. We can clear with Frostblink. So most of the time we don't need to actually cast Blade Blast. We can just teleport around with Frostblink, and if we want a huge AoE and kill a bunch of monsters one at a time, or if we encounter a fat rare, we can just press a button and it's dead. Like this. Like most ghosted rares are dying. I killed yellow and rare beasts almost in one shot with my one Blade Blast. It's a really powerful skill and I'm enjoying it so much. As you have seen, the syndicate member just disappeared. And now they're almost dead.
Don't lock me up. Death's the only option. Just
Violence is part of the natural.
I don't remember exactly. I think I'm doing it correctly. Anyway, let's continue. So we are pretty much jumping around, freezing monsters, killing bosses instantly. Here we go. Another syndicate member done. Super easy.
I'm going to say you will have to cut the word. Don't snuff my candle.
Really nice gameplay. If you can clear with your movement skill, that's a good build in my opinion. You don't need to stand around and cast your skills multiple times to finally kill the monsters. If you can just teleport to the monster and it's dead, that's a fun build. Also, in most cases, like especially if we crit, we kill the mercenaries without the issue. Because of our freeze of our level of defense and because of how we can preload damage when we're talking about mercenary. Most of the time when we encounter them, they're 99% dead. Like, of course you can encounter like a earthquake guy or something that just one-shots you, but that doesn't matter. That happens to everyone. Like, I died maybe 9 to 10 times this league, or maybe like 20 times only to mercenaries. Here we have a map boss, and he's dead. I have the Atlas passive that gives rare monsters more mods when I have the tornadoes running around, the settlers, this thing. And it's not, I cannot not notice this with this build. They are dead. Super easy, super comfortable. Where is the merc? Okay, here we have Stormhand.
For no one.
That's a cool lady, but you know, I think she's a dead lady more than a cool. Hop, and she's dead. Okay, I'm gonna pick up the loot later. Let's talk about the build. So, the question number one: why Blade Blast? Because in my opinion, in my personal opinion, Blade Vortex just deal less damage than most skills. First of all, you need to link it to Unleash, and Unleash allows you to, yeah, cast it, to get it to support the amount of stacks of Blade Vortex easier, but at the same time, BV just cannot one-shot bosses like the Blade Blast. It's impossible to reach the level of damage on a budget, or to not like cripple your defense with Blade Vortex. Most of the time when I see BV builds that are like mapping oriented, they are either Headhunter, Power Charger stacking, or they playing with Mage Blood and solve defenses that way. So we don't have Mage Blood, I am not so rich yet, but in this case I solved it differently. I pretty much grabbed my previous BV tree, installed Blade Blast, changed some passives around, and I'm running with like one passive for duration here, and I have no problems. I have more damage, I have more defense, I can preload my damage, I can jump around, dodge abilities, and then when I click the button, boss is dead. Or like, I need to do it twice on a fat boss, or 3 times if I miss the crit. But if I crit, it's almost like guarantee phase on most bosses, or guarantee kill on most bosses. So, to like, also apparently because we're stacking so much damage from heralds and so much damage just from different sources, from buffs, etc., from golems, we can clear together with these two skills without problem. As you have seen, I'm running around in T16s without the issue, ghosted monsters everywhere, and our Atlas has Wellspring of Creation, so they have 50% more life. So the actual damage is amazing, even only if we're talking only about Frostblink and BV. The clear is super nice. So we talked about why not BV. In my opinion, it's fun to experiment and not follow the cookie cutter versions of builds, and I find it really fun to use Legion jewels like Elegant Hubris to give you Supreme Ostentation, to allow you to configure your build totally differently and ignore attributes, so we can do the gearing differently. In this case, we don't need any attributes and we can ignore pretty much all of suffixes except what we need: fire, like elemental resistances, chaos resistances, suppression, avoid elements, and a bunch of other stuff that are really nice. We even have some spell crit here on the shield, is T2 spell crit, and of course critical multi in some cases. What else? Overall, I would say that this build has high potential. I would say that in the future, when I improve my gear even more and cap my suppression and do the other stuff, I will make another update and make a proper guide for it, because like with leveling guide and stuff and how to play it, because the damage is really impressive, and I want to see what is the point where the profit to, like, the cost to value ratio will fall off. But right now the value is amazing. Like, I can kill bosses easily, like super easy, for not a great investment. I would say right now, including like good items on my build costs probably like 50 to 55 divines, and the level of damage and comfort I get from it is amazing. I'm doing maps that I never thought I could do with like evasion ES version of a build. Also, because of our ailment effect stacking. Oh, okay. This is a good sell. Let's go. Because of our ailment effect stacking, we are reaching like 50% shocks on the bosses, and we are reaching 40% chills on the bosses. Because of our ascendancy change, I changed the Bastion of Elements to the Shaper of Winter, and when I see bosses that manage to live through my Blade Blast, they have 40% chill or like 39% chill, and that means because of this node they deal like 20% less damage. If we include the malediction from the Dark Seer, that's another 10% less damage dealt. If we include the fact that I'm running Flesh and Stone, that's another 22% less damage from enemies in the area. So if we are staying close to the enemy, if we are jumping around the enemy, we are like casting Blade Vortex, we are teleporting around the boss. We are really mobile because of that, because of the Frost Blink and stuff. If you are waiting to the boss to slam, they are 40%. They have like 40% action speed decrease reduction, and they're really slowly trying to attack you. You just run around them, cast Blade Blast, run around them again, cast Blade Blast. Most of the time, if it's like a map boss, they're dead. If it's a Hydra, it's like 30% HP left or 20% HP left. Sometimes it's dead. If it's a Shaper, like you're doing like this 3 to 4 times and it's phased, and you're going to the second phase with the Shaper. Super nice, super fast. You are mobile, you don't need to stay around for long around boss. You can jump around, you can jump into the boss nearby, cast the explosion of Blade Blast and jump back. Super cool. And you don't need like another bonus in comparison to BV. BV, you need to stay near the target to deal the damage. And if you like trying to dodge around and try to like not stay in the AoE of like slam or something, you're losing damage. In this case, you just need 1 second to stay near the boss. Like hear the boss, cast, run. Easy. I think this is it for this update. I will make more videos about this build, as I mentioned before. Like what are the items I tried, what are the configurations I tried, what is the step-by-step progression. But overall, amazing build, tried, played, it's so cool. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them below the video. If you are so generous, please like the video. I'm enjoying making it, and I hope we can see you soon here again. Bye bye.